Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you're getting ready for the racing that's going to be taking place out at the Vaal. Um, just on today's meeting, it was abandoned due to rain. Um, However, it should be um, moved to the 22nd of May, apparently. But we'll see how that works out. Guys, Top Tip has been in fantastic form lately. Just on the weekend, we tipped Miss Shaivi, our best bet, and that was from the kid. And that I think that was 13-10. We don't tip anything less than even money, guys. You should know that if you are part of the subscription for just 400 Rand a month, which is for nothing. We try and make it affordable for any punter that wants to get involved. Turfentine, we had on Sunday, we had Samoa winning. We tipped it at 5-1. It drifted to 8-1 at the start. So there's been some fantastic tipping from the kid and the postman, and hopefully the postman can deliver for us. I'm going to hand you over to the postman for his analysis of the Vaal turf meeting.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, no matter where in the world you guys are, and a big warm welcome to the Top Tipper family. Before we get into our selections for Tuesday, the 9th of May, just some feedback for Sunday. We didn't have a bad day considering exotics paid bombs. We started off with the first double. That paid 17 Rand. We did say Samanga was on the right one in the first, and he duly obliged in the lucky last for us as well. Samoa arriving, paying over 9 Rand a win, 2 Rand a drum, and we ended up with the last double, big-eyed girl onto Samoa. So we still came out with a very, very nice profit, even considering that the races were tough. Shangani let the fort down. I was hoping a Ramogan would arrive. That ran second. But on the day, we still showed a handsome profit, and that's what racing is all about. Guys, as I said, racing comes to us on Tuesday, the 9th of May. We're at the Vaal track. Take note, we're on the old course, the long 1,600 meters straight. There has been rain about. So please, 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 before taking exotics, just see if there's any track bias. Generally, there's a bias to the outside, so just have a look at that. There are 10 races carded. First due off at 11:45. I do think that the last 2 or 3 races are really, really, really tough. If you're taking pick sixes, I certainly would try our luck and go very, very short earlier on and load up as the day goes on. Really, really tough. For me, I'm not overexcited on the card. First race, as I said, due off at 11:45. This is a maiden juvenile plate. Does not take part of any of the exotics. To be run over 1,200 meters. And those horses that have run, really, really nothing catches the eye. My first selection here is a well-bred first-timer, horse number 8, Peak Predator. Craig Zaki for the Lucky Hoodalakis yard. And I do fancy the breeding on this son of Vaal. And that would be my first selection. For second, I have gone for horse number 1, Captain Warra. Please take note, did run the other day, finishing 5th. Sort of let the side down. I was expecting a better run from it, and I've selected this one to run second. For third, I've gone for the 2, Chief Whip, and this is Chase Marjan for the Robin Clarkson yard. Did run against winners, finishing 8 lengths behind Pure Predator on that occasion. And we see that every time Chase jumps aboard for Robin, the horses improve a hell of a lot. I mean, he stuck us all away on Sunday with the horse for the Clarkson yard that allegedly was running really, really well at home. So I've thrown Chief Whip in to run into third. And for fourth, I've gone for horse number 11, No Filter. Gav Lorena for the Niverhazen yard, 1 run, finishing 4.5 lengths behind Heirloom. Not very, very strong form line, but we're throwing that to around fourth. Race 1. If horse 8, Peak Predator, does go down looking well, I certainly wouldn't mind having a touch on it, round about 5-1. So we've gone 8, 1, 2, and 11. The second race on the card, guys, this is the first leg of the bipod, draw at 12.15, mirror rated 75 handicap over 2,000 meters. And here my first selection is horse number 3, Future Wolf. Striker Stradum gets the ride here for Fani Broncos. I've drawn 1, and I really think that this will jump. I think we'll be up there if the going is wet or the track is yielding. I don't think they'll be running on, and I'm hoping that Striker can keep this one up there, jump at the right time, and the rest of them will be chasing shadows. So that is my narrow first selection. For second, I've gone for the 2. This is Street Art. Dennis Swaz for the Tony Peter yard. I know it's been rested, but if you see how well Tony does with these horses coming from the Cape, last time out, I'm putting a line through that. I honestly think that Street Art must be a lot better than that. The 2 previous runs in Cape Town were not bad efforts, considering it was drawn very, very wide, and that is my second selection. For third, I've gone for the 1, Jet Dynasty, Gav Larina for the Terry yard. Did finish behind Future Wolf, and Future Wolf is better off at the weights. That's why I've got that to win. For fourth, I've gone for the 5, Monsieur Cheval, Falasande Toli getting the ride here for the Matchet yard. And again, if the track is wet, certainly will be a little tougher than a 2,000 meter event. Monsieur Cheval does well over 2,400 meters, and again, good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. Again, I think a tough race, considering that there will be no pace, and I'm hoping Striker goes to the front. So we've got 3, 2, 1, and 5. By pot, we've gone 2 and 3. If you want to take smaller perms, add in. Third race on the card, you're off at 12.45, maiden plate over 1,800 meters. First leg of our place accumulator. Again, I think this is quite a tricky event, and I've gone for a bit of value here. We're playing to beat the favourite, and this is horse number 4, Williamson. This is Dennis Swaz for Stevie Moffat. Last time out in a work riders, I don't even look at that. Time before that, finishing 5 lengths behind Knight's Table. Again, sat handy. And again, I'm hoping that Dennis can get this one up there. And as I said, if the track is wet, I don't see them running on. Really, I don't. And I think that if Williamson is close, I think we'll certainly give a decent account of itself, around about 10 or 12-1. For second, we've gone for the 5. This is Man's Night. Gabriel Peterson for the Matchet yard. Gabriel rode this one last time out, finishing 2.5 lengths off the winner. Lost a length at the start and was staying on. And again, I certainly think that this one will be there when the whips are cracking. For third, we've thrown in horse number 3. This is Wonder World. Keegan DeMiller for the Dawson yard. Keegan always rides well for the yard. And again, cannot be excluded from any of the exotics. Thrown that for third. And for fourth, we've gone for the 10 Impression. This is Cabela Maciani for the Terry yard. And again, a decent effort last time out, albeit in a work riders race. So race 3, 4, 5, 3 and 10, and we're really hoping for a decent effort from the 10 or 12-1 shot Williamson. Fourth race on the card, this is the first leg of the Pick 6, and due off at 13.15, a maiden plate for the girls over 1,800 meters. And again, in this event, I've gone for Striker Stradum on horse 2, Spirit Princess for the Mike and Adam Azzi yard. Form as if all of us to see. Striker's winner at the last 2 occasions, second on both occasions. Is a step up in trip. I do believe that Pierre would have suggested to the Azzi yard to put it over a bit of ground, and I think that this could be the right one. For second, we've thrown in horse number 4. This is Antena Narivo, and this is for the Sunday Oli for the Dawson yard. Finished second last time out. Decent effort behind to keep the fort. Again, I think we'll sit handy, and again, we'll be right up there when the whips are cracking. and we've gone for that to run second. For third, we've gone for the 3, Ida Bell. Kane Brewer for Alec Ledyard was just touched off last time out. I don't think that was the strongest race in the world. Again, larger perms, throw Ida Bell in. For fourth, we've gone for the 1, turn the beat around. Craig Zaki for Mike de Kock, drawn a bit wide. However, please take note, is first run with blinkers. Blinker strike, if you're taking pick sixes and you want to take a small percentage, I certainly would throw this one in as well. So race 4, guys, we've gone 2, 4, 3, and 1. Fifth race on the card, you're off at 13.55, mid-rated 68 handicap over 2,400 meters, and this is the first leg of Jackpot 1. And here I've gone for horse number 1, Angel's Wish. Don Geertsen, and congrats to him for winning grade 3. This is for Waihao Mowing. We'll be taking 2.5 off. Won a decent race last time out, and again I think will give a very good account of itself. For second, we've gone for the 3, Absolute Value, Gabriel Peterson for the Habib Yard. We know that the second horse came out and has franked that form. I do think that Gabriel will go to the front, and if he can get a nice soft lead, he should from that draw. I think again will be very tough to peg back. Must be included in all bets. For third, we've gone for the 5. This is Pacific Express. Felisande Ntoli for the Boertus Forster Yard. Again, some fair form. And I do believe, again, that this could be there when the whips are cracking. For fourth, we've gone for 4, Royal Mazarin. Siane Sasibo for Joey Soma Yard. They've put blinkers back on this one. And if we go back and look at the form with blinkers, has not been too bad. And again, certainly good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 5, we've gone 1, 3, 5, and 4. Bipot 1, 3, and 5. Jackpot, I'm putting all 4 selections. Race 6, this is due off at 14.30, merit rated 96 handicap over 1,000 meters. And guys, excuse me, this is my value bet of the day. And the first selection is horse number 4, Trumpy. We've got Keegan DeMiller here for the Crawford Yard. Keegan has nearly a 30% win strike rate for the yard, nearly a 60% play strike rate, round about 5 to 1, 11 to 2. I think this is great each way value, and we certainly going to have a touch on that. For second, they're going for a nice rough here. This is horse number 6, Lucy English. Ray Danielson gets the ride here for the Huda Larkus Yard. Ray did win on this one before, and again I certainly think will give a good account of itself at long odds, worth throwing in trifectas and quartets. For third, we've gone for the 9. This is Super Agra, Chase Marjan for Corey Lensley. Third run after a rest. I'm putting a line through that one. We know that Gavin eats this one out of the race last time out, but the form prior to that is not bad, finishing over 2 lengths behind Godswood, and that came out and won like a good thing should. So on that run, certainly worth a shot. And if the going is better on the outside, again, drawn 7 out of 10, can certainly run a place at long odds. And for fourth, we've gone for horse number 8. This is set to go. Cabela Matsiani for the Dawson Yard. I don't think the yard has been firing on all cylinders, but again, has got some decent horses on the day and good enough to run a drum here. So race 6, 4, 6, 9, and 8, and we do think Trumpy is really decent value. We'll move on to race 7, due off at 15.05. This is first leg of Jackpot 2, rated 80 handicap over 1,000 meters. If you're taking Jackpot 2, guys, you need to take a chance and banker early, because as I said, the last couple of races are really tough. And in this event, we find my best bet on the card, and this is horse number 3, Mini Coupe. Keegan DeMello gets the ride for the Dawson Yard, as I discussed earlier. Always rides well for the yard. I think is drawn on the right side of the track. Blinkers remain fitted. 2 decent efforts with this, and I do think Mini Coupe will be sitting 1 or 2 lengths off them. You can't give them too much start, and I do think when the chips are down, Mini Coupe will come flying through and get up and win race number 7. For second, we've gone for the 8. This is Captain Dizzy, Chase Majan, for the Butchers Forster yard. Again, I think drawn on the right side of the track. First time for the yard, came home really, really well and beat it down like a good thing should. And again, can certainly give a decent account of itself. For third, we've gone for 9, Axel Collins, Dennis Swars for Tony Peter yard. Again, drawn on the right side of the track. And again, should be there and thereabouts. For fourth, we've gone for the 10, Treyamishi. This one, I think, will go to the front. Xander Sasibo for Robbie Sage. And again, I think this will be there at the end. And this will be playing Catch Me If You Can. So race 7, we have gone for 3, 8, 9, and 10. And I do think that Mini Coupe is the best bet on the card. Right, so we get into some of the nightmarish races. And in these races, guys, I've gone to brass all the favorites. Race 8, due off at 15:35, made rate at 82 handicap over 1400 meters. And here my first selection is horse number 10, and this is Lord Varies. Rachel Venica claiming her 1.5. This is for Paulie Matchett. We go through, excuse me, and we have a look. Rachel has a 25% win strike rate for the yard. I think just short of a 50% play strike rate, and round about 6-7 to 1. I really, really think that this one will go close. I see that Paulie has put the blinkers on this one, and I think that this will sit nice and handy, and I'm hoping Rachel can keep this one going for us. For second, I've gone for horse number 7. This is Caliber Crest, Samanga Kamala for Joey Somo. Samanga won well last time out, beating Batik. Again, I don't think that was the strongest race in the whole world, but Caliber Crest can only win its races. I see that Caliber Crest is unbeaten, 2 runs over the course and distance, 2 wins. So we've got to take note. We have to throw this one in, all exotics. For third, I've gone for the 5. This is Mo Jive. Gav Lorena for the Broncos yard. They've thrown blinkers on this one. And again, should certainly be there and thereabouts. For fourth, we've gone for the 6. This is Bloomington. Dega de Gavea gets you right here for the Habib yard. And again, I think this is certainly good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. So in an open event, guys, I've gone 10, 7, 5, and 6. Race number 9, due off at 16:05. Merit rate is 68 handicap over 1400 meters. And thus far, horse number 3, After Hours, has been scratched. Guys, if you've taken a chance and you've gone light earlier, this is certainly a field race if you're taking pick sixes. Yeah, nobody wants to go out. The lucky last, the last leg of the pick 6. Narrow first selection is the 10, Mabaneng, Sianda Sasibo for Sean Terry. Good effort last time out. Has had 3 runs at the course for 1 place. Again, I think this will jump. I think it will sit handy and will play Catch Me If You Can. For second, we've gone for the 2, Iron Tail, Caden Brewer for the Spice Yard. They haven't been firing, but again, anything can happen in this race. I have to throw it in. For third, I've gone for horse number 9. This is Silver Clock. Jeff Sicer for Fani Broncos. I see they've pulled the blinkers off. And if we go back to the 21st of Jan, also, that was over 1450 meters. Pulled the blinkers off, went off at 33 to 1. Jumps at handy and finished second on that occasion. A repeat of that run in this field can certainly put this one in the placings. And again, at nice long odds, I certainly won't be letting this one run free. For fourth, we've gone for the 1. This is a 7-year-old Wakas, Donald Geertsen for the Habib yard. He'll be claiming his 2.5. Obviously makes this one a little competitive and must be thrown in. But again, I think a very, very tough event. And we've gone 10, 2, 9, and 1. We move on to race 10, due off at 16:40. Made rated 68 handicap over 1400 meters. And for me, this is an absolute nightmare. Yes, we go and we start here. My first selection is horse number 4, Rocking the Time Away. And this apprentice Lahabi, excuse me, for Fani Broncos. Two moderate efforts, I think, hopefully drawn on the right side of the track. He'll be claiming his 4 kilos, which obviously makes this one more competitive. And again, could be there and thereabouts. For second, we've gone for the 3. Oh, excuse me. Spring will come. Rachel Venica for Diane Stenger. Again, Rachel and Diane have a very, very strong strike rate, 43% win and over 70% places. And again, at 5-1, maybe worth a small each-way touch on horse number 3. For third, we've gone for the 8, and this is Gimme Royalty. A nice roughie at around about 25-1. Phyllis Andetoli for Shaylin Naidu. I'm putting a line through the last effort. I think it was better than that. And I'm certainly hoping that this one can fill in one of the minor spots to make it pay. For fourth, we've gone for 11. This is Super Secret. Malasele Kajede for the Fabian Habib yard. Does drop in trip. And when we go and look, I think it could have been running to a bit stronger, carrying 53. Maybe good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. Really, really, really tough event. And we've gone 4, 3, 8, and 11. Guys, as I said, for exotics, especially pick 6, go light earlier, load up. I do fancy the best bet and value bets. Watch them go down. But importantly, guys, as I said, please see if there's any track bias. Watch for scratchings. Watch for betting on first-timers. Check for jockey changes. Take it easy. Look after yourself. Stephen, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that input, the postman. I see you've tipped a 10-race program. I see you've tipped a bipot, your PA, your jackpot 1 and jackpot 2. Guys, see what races the jackpot 1 and jackpot 2 start in. The first jackpot is 5 to 8 and the second jackpot 7 to 10. His best bet is Mini Coupe at 4 to 1, fantastic value, and his value bet is Trumpy at 5 to 1. It is however hard racing out at the Vaal tomorrow, but if you're going to get involved, don't go mad. Guys, enjoy your racing. Don't forget to look at our free island tips, which we put on TikTok. We've had a fantastic run there. So if you want to have a look at that, those tips are for free. So all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.